Yeah, that is Angry Hill. Those guys are from Boston, Massachusetts. That is off their previous release with TUNZ Records, an album called Pull Yourself Together. Um, we're going to talk about their writing process tonight. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things, including, the ups and downs of being a working musician in the U.S. Because, it's always good to compare notes to find out if things are any different south of the border for those of us that are live in the upper hemispheres of the world, and find out a little bit about that stuff as well. So we're going to talk to Keith Denehy and Josh Roberts, bassman Josh Roberts. These guys are veteran musicians from the Boston area. I say veteran because they've been around a while. A lot of music, played a lot of music together, played a lot of shows together, written and recorded a lot of music together. So here we go. Without further ado, I think there's Keith. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
It's going good, man. And I'm gonna get Josh here. Hey, Josh.
Hello.
Here, I think we got everybody here. Oh, the fans here. Let's get rid of that.
On top of his head.
That was annoying. There, let's get rid of that, and then we'll remove that source altogether. So yeah, so I took Pull Yourself the video you sent me, edited a few things into it, took a couple of things out of it, and resynced the track back up to the best I could.
Yeah, yeah,
And
because we did that. Yeah, because we did that with before we had it mastered, and I just
yeah,
had I just had iMovie and I shot a bunch of stuff, but there's actually a whole making of it that I got to put together. It's a lot of footage, you know.
well, we can probably put that to some new music or something like that.
Yeah, I can send you. I'll probably do something. I'll send you something when I get.
Yeah,
to
that'll be fun. That'll be fun because that particular video, that is the fully encoded wave master that's on that now.
Yes, which is great.
So, did you like the order of how things came?
With the album?
No, with the video. Did you watch the video?
Oh yeah, no, it looks great.
Yep, I watched.
And
Loved all of it.
did it look good?
Yeah, it looked great. Looked
All
awesome.
right. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna republish that video and put it out there.
Awesome.
Because that's now got the official artwork for the release itself. One of the things we found out in 2024, there's a whole bunch of things we discovered in 2024 that's helping artists like yourselves get discovered. Okay. And as much as people don't like the big bad wolf, Spotify has been the savior to almost every artist on my label. And I'll tell you why. It's been because of three things. First of all, discovery. Second of all, reach. And third and most importantly, engagement. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you guys some numbers. This is really, really cool. And I think these are really, really great numbers to be shared publicly because it shows a demonstration of, the fact that you guys have found a following. Okay. These are just your Spotify numbers only. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
3,056 listeners over the course of the year.
It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't have those 3,000.
No.
And 56 regular listeners. And on there, they cranked out just around 25,000 streams of your music.
Yeah.
Good. That rocks.
Your music got saved 1,252 times. It got added to 333 playlists, and you picked up 184 regular followers.
Yeah, that's great. You're doing something right, my friend.
Well, I mean, like I said, you just have to you have to put everything out there that you can put out there, right? And again, everything that I do is based on 10 years, going on 10 years of research now, right? It's all trial and error. I mean, trust me, when I started doing this 10 years ago, I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you learn as you go, just like you guys. I mean, you guys can testify to that, right?
Sure.
Absolutely. Yes, definitely.
I mean, give me a sense of that when you talk about growth. What's it done for you, being a musician?
Oh, it's not. It's great. I mean, we played all over. We have a lot of friends and family. I hate to say fans. I really do. I like it as more family and just people that support us. But it's nice to have people we don't know, like in different areas, like that you've got us to. That it's like in Australia and stuff. Like that's people we don't know. So that shit to me is that's what's so worth it. You know what I mean? Now our friends and family and all the people that love Angry Hill will support us as much as they can. And we played in places that had three people in it. We've played shows that had 20,000, and we play the same way to that. So it's good to know
Right.
you get to a show and you see a couple other faces, and you're like, "Hey, I don't know this person." And they're like, "Hey, great show." And it's like, "Oh, who are you?" And so that's really, I think, the goal for us, right, Josh? We see a lot of the same faces that we love to see, but I'll let you say what you want, Josh, on that. But
Yeah, we've been fortunate, and it's been certainly even better with Indie Tunes Records helping us, and as you said, getting us all over the place in Brazil and Canada and places we've never been. So it's really great to hear different new people when they come up to you, like you said, Keith, with shaking the hand, finding out who they are, and seeing how they heard about us, and it's something that continues. And as we grow and learn together, and Keith writes all the songs, we just have different ideas, and slowly things get better. Things that get more simple sound better. Overplaying and stuff has changed for all of us. It's a continuous growth in 36 years almost for us.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, you guys have put a ton of music out during that time. I mean, I just looked like in the last 28 days. Okay, your most listened to music, of course, in the U.S. Is that surprise?
No, no,
That
that,
makes sense.
yeah.
We live here.
But I mean, you've touched a whole bunch of countries in the last 28 days. You touched Canada, United States, Italy, Brazil, Germany, Mexico, Portugal, Indonesia,
Yeah,
Austria, Spain,
Indy.
Norway, Philippines, and Poland.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I mean, the cool thing about that is that back in the day when you could just release vinyl or CDs, you couldn't get that kind of reach,
No, not at all.
Oh, no way.
right?
No, not at all.
So
Wish for the Beatles.
Yeah.
last year, and this is where I think we're starting to leverage some success, because last year our music made it into 160 markets and 195 countries of the world.
That's
That's
awesome.
wonderful.
That's great to
Great
hear.
job. Great
Right?
job.
We had artists that were heard in 195 countries. I didn't even know there were 195 countries in the world. You know,
That's why we leave
and
it up to you with that stuff, man. Because
and then you go and look at it. There's just a little over 200 countries in the world.
then what's going on, man? We got to get over the 200 mark. What's wrong with you?
So I mean, it's crazy, when you look at that level of reach. And so reach was the is part of it, but then 2024 showed me that discovery was just as much as important as reach,
Yeah.
right? If the further you can reach, the more likely you are going to get discovered,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
And the cool thing about doing what we do organically is it's 100% real.
Hmm.
You know, like I never pay for ads. I never pay for anything,
Yeah.
right? All I do is pay the publishing fees for our artist music, or if they decide to publish videos. Last year, we started launching videos for artists on Vivo. Now it's on every digital music platform that will support videos.
That's awesome.
And it was sort of a beta
Next level.
thing being done by my publisher last year, and they offered it up, and we decided to test it a little bit, and it's kind of cool. It's really, really neat. They do have some really weird specific rules about publishing videos, like no lower thirds and stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
It's a weird thing, but again, it's another opportunity to bring your visual work to the forefront.
The MTV of the future, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, who knows? We don't know where this is going to go, right? MTV may be just streamed off whatever service that you like using.
Yeah.
I'm getting a clip back from somebody's feed, and I'm not sure whose it is.
Not me. Hello.
My voice. I hear my voice echoing back periodically. It's weird.
You hear it still?
It's a staticky thing. I don't know. It sounds like we're being invaded by Martians.
Yeah. I don't hear it. Do you hear it, Josh?
I don't hear. No, you both sound great. Keith, you
Yeah.
sound louder to me. But
It's weird. It keeps coming back in my audio feed here, and I'm not sure
Huh.
exactly what it is. Almost wonder if somebody's noise suppression is off or something. It's weird. But anyways,
Mine was all on. Yeah.
no
I'll check.
no big worries. So I mean, the cool thing about what you guys do is that you have always played live,
Yes.
right? And
Yep, for sure.
and so that album that the title track was from, Pull Yourself Together, that was the culmination of all those years together. That was like 25 years of playing together, right?
Almost 36.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're talking about the video you just saw with Pull Yourself Together?
Well, okay, Pull Yourself Together came out almost 25 years past your first album, right?
Yeah, probably even, because we had some different names of bands when we first started.
Right. Didn't your first Angry Hill album come out in 2000? That's the one we're releasing right now, right?
Yeah. Was it 2000, Josh?
No, that seems late.
Father Grew before, when we were Father Grew was the same band except we had a singer. I was still writing, and we did about 3 albums. That was 91. So I
I'm
think
Right, cassette
I
tapes. Yeah.
think it's earlier than that.
I think it's earlier than
95.
that.
Yeah, I think so. Probably 94,
Hang on
95.
a second. I can tell you really quick. You guys, I want you to. I'm going to leave you this topic to discuss. Okay, while I take a look for it. But what are the challenges of being a live musician in the Boston area?
Go ahead, Josh.
So having to wake Keith up is always a problem. 7 bottles in. No, I'm just kidding. It's a matter of learning new places and getting to know different people. And I think it's a matter of Keith just keeps going and going and going. He never stops. He's a writing machine. So for us, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but it just makes things easier. There's always a new idea or a new something that he's coming out and doing his thing. I'm sorry, that's a bit off your question. Go
That's
ahead,
all
Keith.
right. That's all right. I mean, what do you find challenging about being a musician trying to find or get the right gigs for the right shows within the Boston area?
Yeah, I think that is definitely the hardest part. Though when we
Yeah.
started doing really well, we kind of went under one of our independent record labels, Spider Bite Records. We met a lot of people in the New Hampshire area, and really came together with some bands. The bands were actually helping each other out, and it was really nice to see that. So there was guys in New Hampshire that were like, "Hey, we want to play Boston. We want to play New Hampshire." So we did a lot with WAAF. I don't know if you're familiar with WAAF, but they're a big rock station in Boston. They broke a lot of the bands. Godsmack was one of them, and so we'd have them meet some of the people on WAF. Then we go to Rock 101, and we had great people at Rock 101. Tracy Vale, we had Megan. So we had a lot of support. And then when the DJs started helping us out, they started putting us on some festivals like Live Free or Die, Local Bazooka, which was really a bunch of local bands. And then there was one main stage that there was like Disturbed, Henry Rollins, and we were lucky enough to always be on that main stage. So we played with guys like Filter, Seven Dust, Nonpoint, Godsmack. We'd go back and forth right at the beginning before they broke. They were opening up for us. We were opening up for them all the time. It was like, what was it? We called it the Bleachers Salem tour and the Revere Tank tour because it was like the same place we'd play over and over. But it really, the buzz was really happening. And then obviously things die down and you get older and some bands drop off. But I really think the love between certain bands, that helps. When you're fighting against bands, it doesn't help anybody. So when you find that love from guys in Rhode Island that are popular, you kind of hook up with them. And I found when you did play with those type of bands, that's what really helped the live and getting good shows because it's tough. You got to get in that loop with the promoters, and if you're not, you're not getting in. But
Do you
you got
guys
to
know?
stop.
You guys know Todd Winning?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
He
a
said
roadie of ours. He's one of
he
our
says
guys.
Insomniac's Awake was 99 or 2000.
Thank you, Toddy.
So you should actually listen to your label because it's 2000.
That wasn't our first one, though.
What's
that?
that?
That was our third.
That was your third one.
We had a
So why
self-titled
did we decide to re-release your third album?
because that was the one that fans. That's one of their favorite albums.
Oh, that's the one you thought got the best reaction, right?
So I mean, if you the first one was "Man in Your Brain," which you can really. We were coming into like more of that '90s, that Mr. Big feel, that
Right,
kind of
right.
stuff. And we were switching over, and then we got rid of our singer, and I just started singing, and so then we made "Man in Your Brain,"
Right.
and then we did an EP, well, a 6-song EP, and then after that we actually did 6 other songs, and
Right.
Insomniacs became the 6-song EP and the 6 new songs.
Well, I got an idea. I got an idea. Something we could maybe do. We could pick a track or two off something else you guys have done, and I've got access to a new site now called Slaps. SLAPS. Have you heard of it?
No.
So it's a place where you can post your music, and I have a label profile on Slaps where I post some artist music periodically, and I want to see what kind of reaction I get to the music. And what this does is allows people to go and put emojis on parts of the song that resonate with them.
Oh, nice.
And the feedback I'm getting from there is freaking amazing.
That's
right?
cool.
Because when the song has a certain element of fire in it, you'll see the fire emoji, and you'll see several impressions because different people have reviewed the track and put their comments on it.
As long as you don't get a suck emoji, then that won't be good.
It's an interesting community. Everybody's really there to help one another.
That's cool.
And what'll happen is I'll get people who will submit their slaps to me as a user and say, would you listen to if you listen to my stuff, I'll listen to yours. Right.
That's cool.
So what I do is when their stuff comes up as suggestions, I'll listen to it and I'll give my impressions on it, or I'll give emojis, whatever. Right. And it's a way to find another community to test music. It's kind of like, where they had the testing grounds every time they, Hasbro put out a new toy, they would have a bunch of kids, right? A focus group. And so this is kind of like having a focus group for music where you get people to give their impressions of your music, and then it go, oh, all right, we'll use that section of the track as a clip to use to entice people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you only get that 20-second clip or whatever for people to listen to, and they're on to the next.
Yep.
Right? I always say to people that if people aren't hooked on your music in the first 18 to 20 seconds, you've lost your audience.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Definitely is.
I mean,
kind of what we did on this newest album, which way we had the whole thing. I had a bunch more songs written, and the guys were like, "Why don't we do this song?" And I'm like, "It's not kind of going with the flow of the album," which they did. They listened to me. I'm like, "We need to, give more space in the songs. We need to hit them first hard. The choruses got to come up." And we did. Like Josh would play simpler bass. I was like, I'm playing too much on guitar. If you hear the newer album, it has a lot of space, but it shows the talent of different spots where like Josh's bass will stand out, and now it makes it so much better for that one spot to stand out instead of doing it the whole song, because then you lose it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then like, I love this part with the bass line, so.
This is begging a question. Judy Tompkins, who's that to you?
That is my mom.
Angry mom.
That's your mom.
That's my mom.
It's your mom became one of my best fans.
There you go, Mom. She's rocking.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it that your mom is following what I'm doing, and I'm really glad that she's supportive of what you do.
She's us. Both moms. Yeah. We call them the angry moms because the Roberts moms like brothers from another mother, but they're both very supportive. They go to the shows. They have angry ma shirts.
My God. So okay. So we've established prior to the show, Josh's heritage is Irish. What about
Irish,
you?
Italian. Yeah.
Irish, Italian.
German, Scottish.
German, Scottish. Oh, you're Heinz 57 like me.
I am. I'm a male mutt.
What about you? What about you, Keith?
I am Irish, English, and Italian.
Oh my
I
gosh.
look completely Irish. As you see, I'm always red,
Right.
but I look
Right.
completely Irish. I used to have red hair, like the multicolored strawberry blonde hair.
Right.
Now it's going a little gray and stuff, but you put a little gel on it, it makes it look darker. You know what I'm saying?
I'm Danish, Scottish. Yeah, Danish, Scottish, Irish, and Aboriginal.
Oh, nice.
So I mean,
We're all mutts.
I'm a Heinz 57 brothers.
Nice.
Yeah, we're all mutts, man. We're all mutts.
Yeah, brothers from another mother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amen.
That's right.
We've been together for a long time, and I have to say, we still get along. If we ever fight, which is rare, it's like we're like, "What the fuck did you do? What the fuck did you do?" And then, like in a minute, we're like, "I'm sorry, man. I love you, man." Give me and it's like over like that. But it takes a lot to be in a band to get along like that. Because Sean and Josh are brothers. I know Sean couldn't make it, but they're brothers. So it's our families. Just I work with their relatives, and like we're just
Right.
one big happy family. But I always say the next album, and all other people that's on this, we're gonna know it's gonna be Angry Hill Over the Hill, because we get a little bit older, and I wear that joke out, but I just have to say it.
Do you, there's a question here. Do you play outside of Boston, places like Worcester?
Worcester. Yep.
That was actually
Worcester.
what Local Bazooka was. We played Local Bazooka. We played Ralph's before. We played the Palladium. We actually have if I get a
Hey, you know what? You guys, Deanbo watches our show regular. His name's Deanbo Harnish. He follows this religiously. He's from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Oh, no kidding, huh?
So I'm wondering if you guys would go over big out in Nova Scotia.
Hey, you get us
Halifax.
Place. Let's go.
Yeah, get us there. We'll do anything.
Anyways, Deanbo will connect with you guys, and he can give you the lowdown on the area. He's a local there.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of pubs and clubs out there that you can play.
Sounds
like you could go out there for a couple of weeks. You could go out there for probably a couple of weeks and play almost every
all the
week,
which is awesome. Nice. Yeah, but no. So we played up, like we made this shirt, which and it said the Greatest Never Hits tour, and it's got all the places, the Channel, the Rat, where the police came through, CBeebies, Arlene's Grocery.
Hey, how would you guys be backing up somebody else plus doing your own thing on a tour?
I'd be down with it. You know who does that? Our manager Tracy.
So here's an opportunity. If you guys really want to do something really cool, I can put you in touch with her. Her name's Sarah Smith, and she goes over to Europe every year, and she plays for a whole month there, and she plays like 26 shows in 30 days.
Oh, no kidding, huh?
Yeah.
So she's like get the backing band to do her stuff.
Yeah. So she always takes a band with her. But if she could have a band like you guys open for her, and then be her backup band, that might be kind of cool.
Well, that's what I was kind of saying, right? And this is cool. So Tracy, Jeff Tate from Queensryche,
right?
He does this super cool thing where he has people going, he's a tour guide.
Yeah.
And for Ireland and all these places, and he brings a group of people there. He has a band that opens for him, and then they're the band for him.
Right.
And he tours all around that. So I think that's pretty freaking cool, that he does that.
I mean, every time she tours, she doesn't always take the same guys with her on tour. Right. Sometimes it's a completely different band. I think it depends on who's available when she, when she gets these tours. But she plays with so many different musicians.
Yeah.
Right. And every one of them brings something different to her shows when she does a live show. So that might be somebody for you to team up with. I'll let you listen to her music first, and then put you in touch with her if you're interested.
Yeah, we're always up for talking about it. You know what I mean?
Judy says some of Keith's great-great-grandparents are from Nova Scotia, French Canadian.
There you go.
There we go. She calls it Scotia, Schosha. It's Scotia. There's that English bullshit spelling.
Now you know why I can't spell. It's right there from my mother.
Oh man, you gotta love it. I love it. You know what? That is phonics, right there, Scotia. sounding it out and
Skosh.
spelling it. If you,
I call it
you know,
Skosh. I'm from Skosh.
Nova Scotia. Anyways, yeah, you know, Deanbo would be a guy to talk to about what's available up in that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Because
Cool.
he ventures out and I think he does pub crawls and shit like that, right? So he might be a guy to at least give you some insights.
Sure.
Keith Hill is watching us from the north tonight. Thanks for watching us, Keith. Keith is all the way up in Sault Ste. Marie area.
Well, thanks, Keith. You got a great name, by the way.
He toured back in the day with they were in the same stable as bands like Helix back in the day. They had a band called the Tall Band, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Keith, but I think you're like 6'6" or something like that. Both him and his brother are big, tall guys, massive, tall guys, and they had a band called the Tall Band.
That's actually good. Like Fat Boy Slim or whatever. Fat Boys or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, him and his brother up front in the band, you couldn't miss them because they dwarfed everybody else in the band. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm the short guy in the band. Those guys are tall. I'm the shrimp. I'm like 5'9", but every time we go to doctors, they think I'm 5'8", 5'7". You know, it keeps going this way. I'm like,
well, you shrink as you get older, man. You shrink as you get older.
I was in the pool.
Yeah.
Shrinkage. Have you heard of shrinkage? Oh, you must be a Seinfeld fan.
I'm like an elevator button. You know what
I mean? Yeah, so that song, that album, that particular album, Insomniacs Awake, goes all the way back to 2000. We're re-releasing it this year under the label. So that was actually your third album.
Yes, it was combined with the second album. You know, we kind of combined them. The EP,
right.
Because it took us a long time to figure out. When everyone loved those 6 songs, I'm like, we need to put this on a full album. So we went back in the studio, which was Mix One Studios with Ted.
I should listen to your masters for your first 3 albums.
Yeah, because I have the tapes for those because that's all real.
Do you have the Wave Masters for those?
I don't know because I think I just have the. I probably could get them. I don't know, but I just have the tapes.
Rail to rails.
Yeah, you'd have to get the tapes baked after all that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're here; they're in a safe place, but. Yeah,
I know a guy up here that could definitely take care of that problem for you.
Yeah,
he's got all the analog gear in his studio, and he can convert it all to digital audio files for you.
That's cool.
And he knows how to bake tapes.
He does.
Yeah,
Josh, you know how to bake tapes?
No, I just know how to bake.
He just knows how to get baked.
Just know how to get baked.
That's right.
So I think we're going to be shortly 4 singles in to your new release, or old release, I guess we'll call that, right? Because it's new to some people, but not new to you guys,
right?
Or to people that have followed you really, really closely. And I believe the next one out by you guys, is Yet, right? That'll be the next one out.
That's the next one, yeah.
And we're right now on So What, and it like shot out to the stratosphere when it first came out. It's kind of leveled off now, but it went well over the 1,000 mark within a day of release.
That's great.
So that's kind of cool, because my understanding is it never got that reception the first time around.
No, I mean it was CDs. You know, we had CDs in some local stores and stuff, like, you know, but yeah, it was just selling CDs at every show. And that CD, we had to get in thousands of them, and we did, I think, a few batches of that album. So it did sell pretty well, but it was definitely through us. You know what I mean, at shows and stuff, and our friends and stuff would sell it to people and everything. So
it'll be interesting to see over time. We'll get some stats in here about where that music is being listened to, and you know, did we tap into a new audience for your music? Not just, I mean, you know, you listen to it, it's written 25 years ago, but in my ears, it's fresh. It's new music to me. It's like
It's great.
something undiscovered, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And you listen to it and go, oh, okay, this is pretty decent. You know, what when you released that back in the day, of course, digital streaming services were they even available then?
No, I don't think so. No, no. It was just radio. We were on. We did Carmelita from WAF. She put us on a show, local show, and then we do Ian Barrett put us on Real Rock TV, which was another thing that we got into. So we had a lot of help from some of the BCN, Deke from BCN. We had
Some
a bunch
college
of
radio.
college radio. We did some of that stuff, which is we want to tell them the funny story when we were recording at that college radio station. A real quick funny story for us. So we're in this room, and Sean's playing drums, but he has no monitors. So we're all in different rooms playing, and Sean's listening to the radio station while he's playing it. Now, for people that don't know, you get a delay. So Sean,
Yeah.
whole song with a delay, like still we're all starting to keep it. We actually made it through. I don't know how Sean did it, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, they had no monitors or anything. Oh, it was brutal. But
How could they have no monitors for the drummer so he couldn't hear what he was playing?
that's only one thing. Then we had a promoter that we had booking us, which he got fired pretty quick. He booked us. This is no lie. I'm sitting there and we're playing, and I'm looking at the band. I'm like, why isn't anyone watching us? The place is pretty packed. Then I start seeing everyone doing sign language. It was a deaf bar. No lie. Got proof there. So this is like a Spinal Tap movement, a deaf bar, dude. That is no lie.
And we got
Like,
another one. We had a
So you,
show
so
we
you,
went
so you couldn't,
into.
you couldn't, you didn't. It was too late to put up a teleprompter.
right. I just started doing this.
We had another one that was nice because outside had the name up on the billboard with these letters. We went inside. Excuse me. They had like a Mr. Microphone on the stage, and Keith was getting shocked and getting upset by it. We
Oh.
literally got off the stage, walked out, took that big 12-foot ladder, climbed up, and took our name off the banner, and got the hell out of there.
I was getting shocked, but it wasn't even that. The monitors were like playing another song. Like it was like, "You make me so very happy," and I'm like, I can't hear my monitor. There's another song playing. I can't make this shit up, man. I'm
So
telling
was the house music playing through your
you.
monitor?
It was, and I'm like,
Yeah.
the monitor has the freaking music playing. No lie, dude.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
some
could go on
funny
and on
shit.
about that. We played a lot of time. Yeah, there's tons of stories with that stuff.
Oh man, I remember a club we used to play in downtown London. There, it's north of me. It's about a quarter of a million people back in the day. And we used to play this bar downtown every 6 weeks, and it would be packed from the time we started till the time we finished, right? And I remember when we got the gig there, the guy said, "We don't care if you bring people in; they're already here. The real test is can you keep them here,
Yeah.
right?"
That's nice.
So we knew every top 40 song the local radio stations were playing.
Hmm.
And we played from that song list, and holy crow. I mean, people just stayed there all night long.
Are you a guitar player?
I'm a guitar player, yeah.
I didn't know which instrument you play.
Yeah, I mean, in that band, I had to learn to play bass and sing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we had trouble finding reliable bassists.
Yeah. That used to be the case. They're always too stoned.
We had one guy, but he was always late or never showed up or whatever, and so
I'm never late.
the guitar player looks at me and he goes, "You're gonna learn how to play bass. I'm gonna teach you." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, it's funny. I remember one time. So Josh, he always said to me, Keith, because I don't smoke. I'm not a weed smoker. Well, one day he said, "You have to smoke one time when you play on stage." I'm like, "All right, one time I'll do it." So we have this like long set. We play once. We go outside. We smoke. I get on stage. I'm like, "We're gonna do a song called Stoned." It's not even about getting stoned. It's about the birth of my first daughter.
right.
So we get on stage and we play the song Stoned. 45 minutes later, I turned into Jimi Hendrix. I'm playing fucking for 45 minutes the same song. Sean's looking at me going, dude, I'm gonna die. I'm like, sorry. So they're like, Josh gets off stage. He goes, you'll never smoke in a bone again on stage. It's like,
Oh my God.
it was the truth, man. I turned into like the Grateful Dead or something. I just wouldn't stop playing the same freaking song.
So
But
I got a comment here. It's Judy says Tracy and myself and Ma Roberts love the song lately.
yes, good song.
Tell me about that.
Well, lately we actually were going to get a record deal. I think it was 2005, 2006, around there.
Yeah.
After I did Live 8 in Toronto with DMC and members of Aerosmith. I don't know if I ever told you that, but I was in Toronto, Live 8 Toronto.
Oh, really?
I was just I sang lead on All Along the Watchtower, and then backups to Walk This Way. And the guys on stage were Joey Kramer from Aerosmith, Tom Hamill from Aerosmith, Ellie Easton from the Cars, and it was DMC from Run DMC's band, Buck Cherry, a bunch of guys. So I went there, got to know some of the guys. When we got back, Joey took a real liking in the band. He's a great guy, and they were him and this guy Keith Gard, who works for Aerosmith, and then Frank Simla, who worked for Alan Kovac with like Motley Crue and Buck Cherry.
Right.
They all coming together because they really liked us, so they were trying to get us a deal. So they were pretty much going to start managing us. We never got the contract, but they were helping us. So we went to CBGB's on a kind of tour bus type thing, and we played there, and it was freaking NAMM show. So the A&R people there weren't the main A&R people. So when we got home, this is when the whole industry was collapsing. The record label started collapsing. So our timing really sucked. So then we got home, and I remember going upstairs and writing that song because it was like, I just knew it wasn't happening. So I wrote that song in seriously 5 minutes. 5 minutes, because it's just a real emotional song. I mean, about lately and how you feel when you're tasting success. I mean, Joey was saying we were going to go on tour before Lenny Kravitz and Aerosmith, go before Motley Crue and Aerosmith. So it was.
So you guys could have you guys could have been touring with Aerosmith.
Yes.
Yeah. Really.
Didn't happen, but.
Wow.
It is what it is, and but we've had a lot of opportunities, but it's after that one that was a kicker, especially because I already had the stuff at Live 8 really happening, so there was really big buzz around the band, and people are so supportive of us. And
well, their loss is my gain.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. Hey, everything's a reason, man. Like
their loss is my gain, and we're discovering. I believe we're discovering a decent audience for you.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I think it's really, really cool. And the cool thing about it is that I'm just going really, really quick through some of your music stats here, because this gives us other statistics. So Spotify is where people discover your music, but your music's on YouTube Red. We're getting revenue from YouTube ads, Amazon Unlimited Streaming, Apple Music, Instagram, Facebook. A ton of YouTube, and a lot of Spotify. So there's a bunch of different places, TikTok as well. So it's really interesting where we're getting stuff from, and what's happening is that we're there's small earnings, but they're earnings on impressions now. So you can monetize things that you couldn't monetize with vinyl or CDs. So there may be some way down the road we'll see better remuneration in the digital world.
Yes.
We don't know what's going to happen, right? We were talking last week about some of the changes being made to some of the contracts in publishing services, where they want you to give away derivative rights now for music. Now, that's always been available. Derivative rights, interestingly enough, is already available. People make an argument, oh, it's a new thing. Well, it's not a new thing. Publishing services, when you publish music, you always put your music up for the opportunity for someone to write a derivative of your music. And that's so that you can earn some royalties off other people recreating your music. So if your music ends up in a mashup of some sorts, you're still going to get paid for it.
Yeah.
So if I'm using a streaming service and I create a mashup of artists, and I'm using your music, whatever length of that clip that I'm using in that mashup, you're going to get royalties off of it. because the music's properly encoded, right?
That's why we got you.
And so the copyright's protected on it, and we can copyright claim, and that's in fact exactly what happens. So tonight after the show, you won't see it, but I'll see it on my end, and it'll say that this publishing service has claimed the rights to the video on behalf of the artist. And when you go into the detail, it'll say it's been claimed in 220 territories, yada yada yada. It'll say Angry Hill, 3 minutes and 56 seconds, or however long the track is.
Sure. That's great.
And what it's doing is it's forcing me to share the ad revenue with somebody's got a radio station coming through. It's got to be Josh.
You got it going through?
It's like a radio.
There's no radio
There's
on
like
here.
another voice coming through there.
I got
It's
nothing.
like there's a creature, something. It's weird. Every once in a while.
I heard that one. I did hear that one.
When you turned your head, it stopped. Must be
really?
that gold filling in your tooth.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard it.
So it's on the set list.
Say there. What would you guys say was your biggest triumph in all the years you guys have played music together?
Go ahead, Josh.
I think the longevity as part of it, the fact it never grows old, and if a week goes by and we don't have band practice, we all get anxious, get more irritable, and then we get practice and let it all out and just do our thing.
Keith?
What do you think, Keith?
Yeah, I think the collaboration of music and to be able to be still doing it and still be best buddies. I mean, that's a big accomplishment. You see bands that become super famous and they have 2 albums, they hate each other, and it's just done. Maybe if we did get that huge big deal and we were on tour, we might have hated each other, and you wouldn't have all this music, which I'm never stopping. I never stop writing. Right. So I think the music. I think that's the best accomplishment, to be able to stay together and still love each other as buddies and friends, and be there for the ups and downs when someone's hurting. I mean, for Christ's sake, Sean and I had kids like 2 weeks apart. We worked at the same company. We're in the same band, so this stuff like that. If you can make it through that, you can make it through a lot. It's it's a marriage. It's the truth. It is a marriage, so.
I mean, you guys.
Then we had 27 years of season tickets together. It's just we love each
other.
So
27 years, you said?
Yeah.
And over that 27 years, how many albums have you guys cranked out?
Oh, the 27 was we had Patriots tickets. We've been together.
No. I mean albums. How many albums have you cranked out over those years?
Maybe 7.
No,
8.
8. Angry Hill, So Worn Boots, a side project we did together. Wicked Lost Souls.
That's true. Wicked Lost Souls.
Then I had my solo album. Then I did that other solo thing, and then we had Father Groove. We all bands. So we were all in these bands together. So even and the first thing was Shadow, which was a 3-piece, and then we added a vocalist.
So did these bands kind of morph and meld together?
No, the earliest stuff was definitely, again, a little more 80s sounding. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I loved all Dawkins and we opened up for Rat, we opened up for Night Ranger, we opened up for those type of bands too. So that was a blast too. I mean, playing with some great bands. And when you find a band that's really cool too, like the guys from Seven are great guys. They kick ass. And you get some other ones in there, you're like, but a lot of them are pretty nice guys. But playing with the local Bazooka show was great. Meet Henry Rollins backstage. Some of these iconic guys, guys as a band, I'd say meeting a lot of these people and playing such great shows, I would say you still want to do those shows,
We got a suggestion from the chat room, Josh. It might be your Bluetooth. Make sure your Bluetooth is turned off on your phone. Sometimes Bluetooth will interfere with the signal here. It's kind of like this weird talkity back thing. Everybody's hearing it. I thought it was a voice in my head, but it's not.
My phone shut off.
Let me give it a check, but I might lose you, and I'll come right
you
back.
You can always jump out and jump back in. We won't penalize you for that.
Then we can talk shit about you.
Yeah, we'll talk shit about you while you're gone. Oh my God. Up above my right hand here is a thing there. It's called a tip jar. You can scan that QR code if you like. It helps go to support what we're doing, helps keep the lights on here. Um, we
Leave the
don't
light.
make huh?
Leave the lights on, man.
Yeah, leave the lights on. We don't make a lot of money off digital. Digital music does not pay what people think it does, unless you're getting in the millions and billions of streams. Now, having said that, we're getting to the point where we're getting artists that are getting into the millions of streams. That's when things start to get a little bit more serious, right? And it eventually happens. And how we're seeing it happen is is experience, and you learn things, right? As you move forward, you learn things about artists that you're working with. He's back there. See if this is any better.
I shut it off. It was on.
Oh, there you go. Maybe that'll solve it. But sometimes what happens is when you're using your speaker on your device as a listening device, what we're hearing sometimes is the slapback 3-second, 4-second delay.
Yeah, I shut that off before in the beginning when we were doing the.
Yeah, sometimes it'll still come back through the speaker because when you're using like a phone or something like that, it's always better to wear earbuds because then it cancels out any of that noise. But it's just an extraneous thing. We'll deal with it.
Yep.
We'll deal with it. So when you guys think about producing music, right? I mean, when you guys did it back in the day, you were running tape. Whole different process now.
Oh yeah, digital everything.
Way different.
What do you like? What do you like better?
I'll tell you, I liked when we did like Insomniacs and we did Time to Meet the Stranger. I remember what they did is they put a lot of stuff on the tape, and then they went digital with the tape, so it went tape to digital, which kind of worked nice. But the warmth of the tape. But then again, we did the last album, the Den in North Reading. Doug Batchelder, who did an amazing job, but he uses a radar system and everything, and I mean the stuff sounds like it's through a tape. It's so warm. It's just
plugins are really a big deal these days, and people don't realize how important plugins are to your finished product, especially when you're in the point of production. And so for our band Green Ink, we do everything live. We record everything live in the studio here, and it's always in one take. So
that's what we kind of do. We do the same thing. We'll be all in one room. We try to get it in one take, which we do a lot. It's usually like we don't make sure the drums are down. If there's something that's a little off, we'll fix that afterwards.
Yeah, we don't even do that. We don't do that. One and done. One and done. That's it.
Yeah.
One and done. So we're looking for the best. Somebody's phone is still really.
Yeah, and mine's off. Mine's completely off.
Somebody's device is feeding back really bad. It's like it's like a chirp.
Did it go away when I left?
Yes, it did.
Oh, so
you are the culprit. I can I can mute you when you're not talking, and then put you back up when you're. I can mute you and unmute you. How's that sound?
Yep. Control,
all right,
brother.
I'll mute you. There. That's even better. When you want to say something, just give me a thumbs up, and I'll click the unmute button. I'm going to get you guys to talk to this, and I want to sort of explore this as we go, further along to the end of the evening, because we're like down to the last 8 minutes of the show.
Went quick.
I said it goes by really, really fast, and I feel like we've just, sort of scratched the tip of the iceberg tonight.
Yes.
Right. And part of this is me getting to know you guys too. Right. Having the experience of getting to know you guys, because this is maybe third time we've talked online together.
Yeah. I think third time.
Yeah. We need to talk more. You guys are all busy. Sean is away tonight.
Yes.
Poor bugger. He's down in the Bahamas or something like that.
On a boat, they're taking a boat to the Bahamas or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not too shabby. You know what I mean?
He's on a workation though, right? He's working too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. His boss's boat.
His boss is a boat.
Boss's boat. Yeah, his boss.
Yeah, they were in Florida. Took the boat to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Oh, must
Yeah, he does some
good to have a boss like that. As long as he doesn't come up a key short, he's good, right?
Yeah. All right.
He's not going to be shark bait.
Yeah,
You know
don't
any
want
good
that.
drummers?
Only one Shanga.
So Sean's been with you guys the same length of time, and you and Sean, of course, are brothers.
Yep, whole life, 11 months apart. Irish
You
twins.
guys are actually twins.
No, they say Irish
So how
twins
far
within the same year.
apart are you
11
guys?
months. 11
No
months.
shit. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, the last time that happened, my grandmother said the last time she got pregnant, right? They said, "Well, how come you didn't get pregnant anymore?" She says, "Your granddad stopped hanging his pants on the bedpost."
Oh man.
She knew when he hung his pants on the bedpost. I guess that was baby making mode.
I'm gonna have to try that.
We had a system.
They definitely had a system. They cranked out 7 kids in 7 years. So
Wow.
yeah,
He probably has stretch marks.
Some busy
that
bang.
was a busy family. That was a busy family. But that's what happened when you're European immigrants, right? Yep, go forth and populate. And that's how that's how the
Procreate,
Hind
baby.
57s like us came along. Oh man. So I mean the whole process you guys have gone through that the analog to digital, there is definitely a difference, but as we're going to discover and you guys, if you get a chance to watch the show, it'd be great for you to watch the show. It's going to be on April the 16th. Rick Emmett. Do you guys know him?
Yeah, Triumph. Awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Tell him we want to go on tour with him.
He is he's not doing. I mean, the Triumph thing's done a long time ago, and
No, but he does his own solo project.
Oh, he does all kinds of stuff. Right now,
great
he just finished an album called 10 Telecaster Tales, and they're all pieces that he wrote on a Telecaster, and it's just the guitar. It's just a naked guitar album. That's all it is, man. And he shows off jazz and blues and rhythm and reggae and everything thrown into this album. And he sent me his book. We're going to be talking about the book on the 16th. I'm listening to the tracks as I'm reading the book, and I'm mind blown.
Yeah. He's so good. He's an awesome player. Great singer too.
Oh, he's a great author too, man.
They were so big. People don't realize how big they were. They were the other Rush in Canada.
They at the time were bigger than Rush. They had the potential to headline every show they ever played because they were just so good.
Yeah.
But they were so different, man. Let me tell you.
3-piece and 3-piece like us.
Yeah, you got to read Rick's book, Lay It on the Line.
I know. I'll have to get that.
Yeah,
I'll get the audio book.
Get the audio book and listen to the audio book. It's a great read or a great listen. And he gives you insights into his time in one of the world's biggest bands. I mean, they were playing, massive jams in Southern California and huge outdoor amphitheaters, right? To God, it sounds like the cops are breaking in on here now.
Sorry, guys, I gotta go.
I think we're tapped into somebody's police scanner.
Probably.
It's definitely see. As soon as I mute Josh, it's gone.
Yeah, it's all Josh.
The luck of the Irish. There you go. That's what it is. It's the luck of the Irish tonight. He's got a shamrock on just for good luck.
Yeah, didn't work.
We need to get you guys back on the show to talk more about music and what you guys have done in the world of music. I'm going to keep you guys on here after the show finishes airing because I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys, but I'm so pleasantly, engaged with what's happening with your music and the level of engagement that you're getting. And that momentum seems to continue to build. So it's a listener here, it's a listener there. Those were listeners you didn't have before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so growing an organic audience is always a daunting task, especially now. My daughter, who does a lot of work on Instagram, she says that it's really hard to get any traction on Instagram unless you're using targeted sponsored ads.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because she said that the algorithms have been locked down so hard that trying to push stuff through organically is next to impossible. It's almost like they want you to target, to pay for the platform. And I don't know if they're going to change the platform and make it better because people are paying to sponsor ads, but she said you can actually target, and she's actually gotten traction on sponsored ads.
Wow.
And the sponsored ads is not about, necessarily monetary return on investment. The return on investment for her is getting more organic followers. Yeah. And they're actual real followers. The worst thing you can have on Instagram and Facebook are fake followers.
Yeah, she does well. I mean, I know the stuff she does because I know she works with Lorraine.
Yeah.
And she does really good stuff with
Yeah,
Lorraine.
she does great reels. She basically runs the Instagram page for Helix.
Oh, that too.
And does all their Throwback Thursday stuff and does mashup stuff and is advertising their live shows right now that they're going to be doing. They got 2 live shows coming up in London and Kitchener. This is supposed to be their retirement year after 50 years in the biz, but I honestly don't see it. I see maybe more cherry picking in their future.
Yeah.
About where and when they'll play, but definitely, I think you're going to see them around for a while. They just put out a new single. Wait till you hear it. It's fucking killer.
Killer.
Yeah, it's.
They just played. Didn't they just play with Honeymoon Suite, which I freaking love.
They just played with Honeymoon Suite. They're going to be playing with Honeymoon Suite again. They're going to be playing out on the East Coast. Yeah. They have played a lot of casinos in the last year or two.
That's where it's all going to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have a bunch of casinos around here. They're all coming back.
Yeah, you guys got to get on some of the casino tours. I mean, because I think there's some money to be made in those, as well as some of the small festivals.
Yeah, that's definitely where it's at.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Well, it's been a pleasure having you boys on the show. You guys just stay here. You don't have to do anything. Don't adjust that dial. But we're going to be out of here. And I want to thank everybody for joining us this week for another episode of The Indie Show. It's been great having you here. If we didn't get to you in the chat room, I apologize for that tonight. Lots of great comments in there tonight, and lots of great information, I hope, for you folks out there tonight. And we're going to have these guys back again. Maybe Sean will be able to join them next time. We'll hear the other triad, part of the triad, speak his piece. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight, and I'm just going to quickly unmute Josh so he can say good night, all.
Good night, all. Thank you.
Thanks, peeps. Well, fist pump.
Thanks guys, from Angry Hill. This has been The Indie Show. I'm Kenny.